You're listening to a no-nonsense roundtable short take, a memorable moment from a memorable show.
Well, welcome everybody to another edition of the No Nonsense Roundtable. Every Saturday, 10 o'clock right here on News Radio WHAM 1180. Now, everybody who's listened to the show, I think we've had about 300 shows so far, knows the whole idea of the show is people that you know and you need to know more about, like Don Alhart or Mayor Malik Evans or something like that. And then people that you don't know, but you should know. And I have somebody here on the line with me from out of town. He is being inducted into the Rochester Music Hall of Fame. And I think this is the only person that I've had on the show so far that is both, because it's Rick, and you pronounce the name Beato, right?
Beato. And
you're a Rochester guy, but not technically. You're from Fairport, right?
From Fairport, that's correct.
And Rick, if you're not familiar with what Rick does, Rick is a fella who has an internet presence with his YouTubes, his programs that he sells, for music, the education he gives people on music and younger people and whatever. And how many followers do you have now? You have 4.1 million followers?
Yeah, 4.1 million, something like that.
And that just happens overnight, right?
Almost 8 years. At this point.
Well, the other thing that kind of amazes me, I've been a fan of yours for a long time, because if you haven't seen this before, Rick has so many videos about music, the origins of music. You break down different genres, what to listen for, what makes the best this, what makes the best that. It is really amazing. And the other thing that surprises me about you is that you're not like 30 years old. I mean, you're like our age.
I'm 62.
God bless you. God bless you. So the question I ask people all the time, and it's kind of a silly question, Rick, is when you were young, what did you want to do when what did you tell your parents you wanted to do when you were a boy? I mean, some people have had a straight line, and some people have a crooked line.
I wanted to be a musician.
Okay, but what precipitated? That had to come from. Usually, there's a story. Somebody's family, member was, played for a big band or something. So how did that come about?
Well, I started taking lessons in the Fairport school system when I was in third grade. I started on the cello. But really what started my interest was when I broke my ankle the beginning of the summer of 8th grade, and I was stuck at home on the couch, and there was a guitar there that was one of my brother's and a chord book. And so I sat there because I couldn't do anything else, and I started learning songs, and I learned songs off records, and all of a sudden I was obsessed with it. And that's what I wanted to do then. That's what I've continued to do for, I don't know, almost 50 years now.
That's an amazing story. Somebody else gave me a similar story to that. I can't remember who it is, but they said that they were house ridden or whatever, and they picked it up. Other people, the families had a long history of music, but you're saying your family didn't have a long history of music. You just picked it up yourself.
No, my mom's family, she's from family musicians, and two of her sisters were music teachers. She had a brother that played bass in Woody Herman's band.
Really?
Her dad played guitar, and so they're full of musicians. My dad was a huge music listener, and I have 6 other siblings, and some of them took lessons. We always had music in the house. My younger brother John's an excellent guitar player, so we're big into music in our house.
So tell me about now. You went to Ithaca College, was that it?
Yeah, for my undergraduate, and then New England Conservatory for my master's.
I think Don Alhart went to. A couple of people went to Ithaca that are in the entertainment business. Now your son. This got precipitated by your involvement with YouTube. Got precipitated by this video that you did with your son, right?
Well, it's interesting because a lot of people think that, but the video with my son was on Facebook originally, about 8 months before I started my YouTube channel. So I had this viral video with my son Dylan, who has perfect pitch, and it was he names these insane chords, and it got millions and millions, tens of millions of views. And but I started out in the summer of in June of 2016 on YouTube with about 40 subscribers, and grew it from there.
And I almost feel guilty about asking these questions because I'm trying to get a little bit in that direction myself. How do you do that? It's just the content gets popular and you kind of wow somebody, I would imagine, right? I mean, the first 40 people had to really.
No, the first 40 people were my family members. YouTube was a way to share videos with my siblings and my friends. And then I made all those videos private, and I started my YouTube channel in 2016.
Well, you seem to enjoy it. I mean, there's light in your eyes, but you have a talent for it too. I mean, did you do any public speaking before? I know you playing the guitar or whatever, but did you do any public speaking before this?
Never did any public speaking. Never did an interview. Never did anything like that.
Yeah, and so you are. I mean, obviously, you're monetizing this now. This isn't like a hobby where it's costing you money. I mean, you have turned this into a rather substantial business.
Yeah, I mean, the YouTube pays you per view, and on the videos that are monetized, and then so I make enough to have. I have 2 assistants that help me with editing.
Okay.
I've been doing it full time now for, like I said, almost 8 years or so.
Well, and some of them are instructional. God, I sound like Casey Stengel, the Structural League. Some of them are instruction. Some of them you can say I don't do this for a living, right? Some of them you're giving instruction to people, and some of them are like reviews. I love it when you tell me, what are the best 20, opening guitar riffs of all time in music, and the other thing I like is, sometimes you don't pull any punches. You go, I want you to listen to something. This is really crappy.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's, I pretty much just make videos on things I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And, but I have a pretty wide range of things I'm interested in. So that's why and from all genres of music, from all eras. Yeah. So it's, I do a lot of contemporary music. I worked as a music producer for 25 years, and I'm very well versed in classical music, jazz, and rock music, and pop music, and just
yeah. Well, you can tell now. What do you have the most fun doing of your videos?
Oh, I don't know. I pretty much like doing all of them because. Like I said, I do things that are, I only make videos on things that are fun, topics that interest me.
Thanks for listening. Tune in every weekend from 10 to 11 on News Radio WHAM 1180. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll make more.